Wow. All I can say after that is just wow. Let me start off this video by saying, in the year 2020, I do not identify as a WWE fan anymore. Like, I just do not, cannot invest in this company and really anything that they do subside NXT here and there and the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania. I don't have any investment in this company anymore. I feel like I've been a fan of wrestling since I was 5 years old. I'm now 23 years old, and WWE's just kind of withered away from me for a long time, whether it been bad booking or really a lot of damaged trust I have with them, with the characters I love and wanted to see succeed, and just being damaged goods. And it's really just been almost like a hard-hitting cycle I have with this company. Like, rinse repeat. I come back, they do something worse. I come back, and then they are doing worse. And it's like I got to a point where it's like I'm done watching this company. And I can say I stopped watching WWE for the most part like 2 years ago. But in this year 2020, I've watched less WWE than I ever have in my entire life. And that's when I know I've really gotten away from this promotion. I say all that to get to this point. So if I could rewind us back to about a month ago when SummerSlam was, actually happening, I believe the match we had was The Fiend versus Braun Strowman for the Universal Championship, and that's where we saw Roman Reigns return. He made his heel turn at the time, and it caused a lot of intrigue from a lot of people who've been begging for Roman Reigns to turn heel for the longest time, and now he's a heel. And I remember it happening and being like, I'm not mad, but why now? Like, why did you wait until 2020 when people were actually going to welcome Roman Reigns back and, ready to cheer him? Why now do you turn him heel? I never understood it, but I'm like, you know what? I can't be mad because I've been asking for this for a while. I'm going to roll with it. Payback comes around and Roman Reigns beats The Fiend. He's basically almost full-fledged on heel. Weeks later, he ends up, I believe, either a week later or like before Payback, he ends up aligning with Paul Heyman, and that was a humongous swerve that I never saw coming. And the partnership between those two, I can't really give you my full on really opinion because I don't watch SmackDown, but it just seems like a very odd yet a pairing that works. So much to say. Then weeks come on and I start hearing that Roman Reigns is starting up this feud of sorts with Jey Uso, and I said, Jey Uso? Roman Reigns versus Jey Uso? Like, I love the Usos. The Usos have always been a great tag team. They were a very big part of my childhood growing up. They started wrestling in 2010. 2010, I was like, 13 years old? So yeah, they're a big part of my childhood growing up. And I've only ever known them as tag team wrestlers. And if you consider Jimmy Uso the more important Uso of the bunch, then Jey Uso has always really fallen to the wayside. So Jey Uso being in a match with Roman Reigns for the Universal Championship, I couldn't wrap my head around that. But at the same time, I'm like, this is intriguing, because this is something I would have never ever expected to see outside of maybe a WWE 2K video game randomizer. I just don't care, but it got my attention. So as these weeks are going by, I'm hearing that these promos are really, really good, and I start watching these promos on YouTube. And next thing I know, I tuned into SmackDown one week just to watch the segment between Jey Uso and Roman Reigns. And I'm like, holy shit, this is actually really captivating storytelling. Just Roman Reigns being in that, starting as like, oh, we're brothers, man. I would give this championship to you if I could. And then really going into that primal, tribal, defensive brotherhood, like, I want to say bond with him, but at the same time keeping him at a very arm's length. Like, listen, I'm doing this for us, and understand that. Like, it's not a me thing. He's not trying to make it seem like it's a me thing. Like, I'm doing this for us. Like, why are you getting in the way? Like, stay back. Stay in your place. Let me handle this. And Jey Uso is kind of like, you know, I wanna do the, why can't I be the provider? Why do you gotta be the provider? And Roman Reigns is kind of like, well, I have been the provider for such a long time. It's just has to be me. Like, stay where you are. You're fine being the twin. You're fine being the tag team guy. And that didn't sit well with Jey. And we didn't have to get this whole, you know, breakdown, this pull apart brawl that we're so used to. It was just conveyed through words and facial expressions and emotions, and that alone, just the build up to this match, it got me invested enough to say, when I get home today on Sunday, because I had to work today, when I get home, I'm going to watch this match. That's how invested and interested the build up to this match got me. And I was anticipating this match to be a squash. I'm not gonna lie, like a lot of other people, we were anticipating this to be a 5-minute squash. Roman Reigns is gonna come in here, beat Jey Uso's ass, probably make him bleed or something like this, something drastic, and then he's gonna stand on top of him and gonna be like, okay, yeah, we all saw this coming. So this match comes, and wow. I don't remember the last time I felt emotional watching a match. Now, I ain't gonna sit here and say I was fucking crying or some shit watching this match, but very few times in professional wrestling do I actually feel like I'm watching something that's almost more than just a wrestling match. I feel like I'm watching this very ambitious chronicle play out between these two men. And when I think about great matches I've seen in the past, I could just name a bunch of great matches off the top of my head, but there's certain matches that I always put to the side as like, these matches are on another level. Like, I felt something watching these matches. And in the last few years, I could say I've only felt that way about 2 other matches. The first being Johnny Gargano versus Tommaso Ciampa at TakeOver New Orleans. And I remember because me and my cousin were on the couch and we were watching this, and we were both like chanting our ass off and like really into it. We really badly wanted to see Johnny Gargano win this match because the story was there. It was very greatly built up, and it manifested into that amazing match that we got there. And I remember after the match not knowing what to do with myself because it was just that great, and it felt like it just climaxed to something beautiful. And the second one was Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan at WrestleMania 35 last year, and that story wasn't as in depth and as, you know, emotionally driven, or I guess you could say to a different wavelength. It was emotionally driven as Tommaso Ciampa and Johnny Gargano, but it meant a lot to me, and for obvious reasons, it meant a lot to me. So just everything going into that match, and when Kofi won, and just feeling this overjoying feeling, and just having it throughout the match, it's like that match, I felt something that I don't normally feel when I watch wrestling. And here, I felt something I normally don't feel when I'm watching wrestling. And I can't explain it. It's like this Nirvana type feel. It's like you almost remove yourself from the match itself and you enter in this new realm of like, almost like I'm watching cinema. And it was just amazing what Roman Reigns and Jey Uso put on here. I mean, from the very beginning, it's slow, but it's agonizing and it's captivating. And at the same time, it's you feel for Jey Uso because you understand why he's fighting Roman Reigns, and this match includes dialogue, and not very often in matches do we get dialogue throughout. And I guess to an extent, for some people, it could be seen as a little bit unnecessary, but this just made it so much better. Roman Reigns talking to Jey Uso, he's beating him down, saying, you know, going back like the very beginning of the match, Jey Uso's like, it didn't have to be like this. Oops, it didn't have to be like this. Like, but you put us this way, and it's like, damn, man, like I really feel something for Jey Uso. And as the match is going on, Roman Reigns is beating him down, and he's like, say my name, say I'm a tribal chief. And I still remember that moment where he looks into the camera, and both men are just kind of looking into it, and Roman Reigns has his head, and he's like, Roman Reigns is spitting bars at this point. I don't remember what he said, but I'm like, damn, I feel the heat right now. And Jey Uso's like, nah, I'm not going to say it. And then he just keeps on beating him down and beating him down. And Jey Uso's getting like this fighting spirit. And we see this so much in New Japan, but I feel like I got that fighting spirit spot from Jey Uso where he's hitting the suicide dives. And I'm like, yes, Jey, let's go. And I don't believe honestly, for a second that Jey Uso's going to win this match, but I want him to win because I can sympathize, I can empathize with him. I feel like everyone's almost been in that spot before where it's like, I know what I'm fighting for, and the person on the other side should be with me, should be on my side. They're my friend, they're my blood, but I have to fight them. And I get that sense from Jey Uso, but then for Roman Reigns, I feel like you know why he is so defensive and you understand it, but you like, why do you have to go about it this way? Like, do you have to beat his ass and put him in check like this? Like, is it to this magnitude? Is it that serious? Do you have to do it like this? And it's making you question the morals between these two men. And with Roman Reigns, is this really comprehensible why he's going about it this way, or is it more unambiguous? And this beatdown is almost merciless, and he's going into the zone where it's almost going to be like no escape. It's just the story here. I never expected to see something like this from WWE. I almost removed myself from this company putting it on. I remember I tweeted out like, damn WWE for putting out such a great match, because I honestly want to see more of both of these men now, and I just don't care enough to see it. I can't praise this match enough. I don't want to spoil this match for you. I want you all to go watch this match. The end of it was great. Someone came out that was very intricate and made so much sense for the story, and just the way it ended, and in the final shot, and Roman Reigns wearing the lei that Jey Uso came out with. It was just icing on a cake. When it comes to Dave Meltzer and his 5-star ratings, I take it with a grain of salt. You know, if Dave Meltzer gives a match 5 stars, I'll take a look at it, because, you know, he thinks it's of high praise. But I don't get bent out of shape if he doesn't give a match 5 stars. I don't get bent out of shape if this match isn't 6 stars. Why is this match 4.5 and not 7? Like, I could give a fuck. Like, I don't understand why people get so mad about that. But for me, I like doing 10 out of 10. I don't even like doing those type of ratings, because I don't like putting it on a statue. If I like a match, I like the match. If I love a match, I love a match. If I hate a match, I hate a match. But if I have to get this match, between 0 to 10, because I've been doing that for my G1 Climax matches, I would give this match 9.5 out of 10. Like, it's not 10 out of 10, because those are reserved for like greatest of all time matches. And I don't think this is a great of all time match, but this is definitely one of the best WWE matches in recent memory that I've seen. Just from the storytelling alone. It didn't have to be a technical matchup. It didn't have to be an All Japan Kings Road Classic. It didn't have to be some strong style New Japan 40-minute epic, even though this match probably went like 30 or so minutes. It didn't have to be any of that. It was what it was, and it was just a masterpiece in my opinion. And in that matter, I think this match very much deserves to be up there with some of the best matches I've seen all year, and I might go as far as to say that this is potentially a match of the year candidate, if not match of the year. It's September, very early, but we could possibly be seeing this match as 2020 match of the year. I think it should be in conversation, and I think it will inevitably be in conversation. And that's really all I have to say. Just a quick little tidbit on Jey Uso versus Roman Reigns. I know you'd never see me recommend WWE matches on here, but please give this match a look, and please tell me, what did you guys think about this match? Comment down below, let your boy know. Sadly, this is probably not going up on my main channel, Tyler Coon. It's going up on my Tyler Mask channel, but I wanted to get this out because this is definitely something I wanted to talk about. So thank you all for watching this video. Please hit that like button, subscribe to this channel, follow me on Twitter at Tyler Williams YT. Shout out to my Patreon, Mason Goldberg. He subscribed to me over on patreon.com/Tyler Mask. I got 3 tiers: $1 tier, $5 tier, $10 tier. Go check those tiers out. There's some New Japan content on there, future content coming soon. Oh man, I don't know what else to say, man. I'm about to hop out of here. This is great. Watch this match, please. All right, I'm out of here. Peace.